I will talk about how the brain works and why we humans act as we do. We have always acted differently from other animals on thinking and our ways of acting. We have also been considered very violent, different from other creatures. We have been found to be genetically violent through our brain and cannot contain anger without it exploding eventually. When you explode, you usually harm others. One of my personal experiences with violence was that my brother was being pushed around to the floor when he was small. I was 6, he was 3. And to defend him, I punched someone in the nose with a Ben 10 watch. Don't judge me. And even though I was the person punching, I felt really bad afterwards. We are considered the most violent race in the world right now, and numbers show this as there is at least 100,000 violent acts a year throughout the whole world in each country. Human violence is not a new thing, as one of the oldest warfares was found to be about 10,000 years ago. This is a behavior that we can only reduce as we human beings are almost obliged to be violent, as we let our anger and jealousy out this way. This is important to control as we are bringing ourselves to extinction at a high level point realization. This is important as well since we are hurting ourselves and probably others for unfair reasons. Violence is something that we have all both inflicted and received, and I'm willing to bet that no one liked it. So why should you treat people as you would not like to be treated? If you think of this way when you are mad, you may have more reason and avoid making at least 100,001 yearly acts of violence. This has also been very important in history as it has changed the whole world with damage and depression. Violence was a big part of wars and destroyed countries and killed, which still does, people which will be missed by their families. We have all been affected by violence differently and mostly it is not positive. We can all make a better world with peace by liberating our emotions in a responsible way to be responsible for a better world. It would be better as people will not be harmed and many global issues could be solved differently. Violence has to be reduced because if it continues to be ignored, then you will be responsible for any harm. We have found this out through comparing ourselves to small aggressive animals to see how their brain works to compare it with ours. We have noticed many similarities and have come up with the thought that we crave, need, violence, as we are jealous or angry, to let it all flow out. The legacy of violence is remembered because all of the violent acts recorded in history have affected us for the worse and damaged us deep inside, as it is still one of the most hurtful things that can occur to someone. This has been shown in many different ways and has affected us in many different ways. Violence is something that has been demonstrated to have a negative effect in society, and as a society, we should reduce it. This has been proven through history and is defined to be involving physical force intending to hurt. We have all started it, and we shall all finish it together.